it's Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Friday, June 24th. And today, I must be a bad energy day because my nose just started itching. Okay, love me. We're going to get through it together. Okay, so today is the day before the second Mutable Grand Cross begins to release its intensity. So it falls out of that 9-degree orb. So if all four sides are not within a 9-degree orb, I consider it not to be at its maximum potential for that particular aspect. And so today, is the day before that breaks up. So also tomorrow, we are going to begin to decipher what the Mutable Grand Cross was all about, because the Yod forms once again. So what I think is super interesting about energy is at first we have this crazy ass Mutable Grand Cross, and at first we had the Mutable Grand Cross and we had the Yod in the same energy, and I think that was really destined because it was very confusing and very stressful. But I think that in this one we go through the second Mutable Grand Cross, and then we get kind of the question answer period at the end. So think of this energy as a great teacher. The first Mutable Grand Cross, really, you kind of got lost in, so it created the question answer period throughout the lesson. Sometimes when I teach, I make sure that they're understanding me because they seem lost, or I'm reading them and they're a little lost in the energy. So so I ask them questions to reinforce what I'm trying to teach. Second time around in energy, what's happening is that it kind of gives you the lesson straight up because you've had some energy identifying some of these areas, and then it gives you the question and answer period. So it's a little bit more of a test. So the first time it was like we were being taught, and I was giving a review the entire time we were being taught. Second time around is more like I'm teaching, but I'm giving you a test right after, and that's that question and answer period that happens tomorrow. So I just want you guys to hear that. I love this energy. Water energy, love it. Okay, so positive vibration. Mercury and Gemini is in a sextile with Uranus and Aries. At the same time, the moon moves into Pisces. I want to talk about this. I deeply identified something in this energy that I think is truly and deeply substantial. For one thing, when we have Uranus and Aries, sorry, I had to itch my eye. Okay. So when we have Uranus and Aries is all about your identity, and it's all about reestablishing. It's the beginning of the zodiac. So much of us are manifesting a new sense of self. That's why I keep overemphasizing, because Uranus is really asking you to be original and develop that original sense of self. It's asking you to move away from automatic program, ways you've been influenced, life experience. Like, it's asking you to deeply identify on a very original level. Like, this is the authentic voice coming out in this energy. At the same time, we have this moon moving into no pumpkin. At the same time, we have the moon move into Pisces. So the moon in Pisces is sextiling Uranus and Aries. So we've got the cumulative energy of the emotional impact of what these two squares have met, because it breaks up tomorrow. And then we have the sense of self being emphasized in a sextile, which means I believe that there's some progressions, there's some transformative, there's some original thinking that comes out of all of this. Now, the moon in Pisces, at the time that it switches energies, is going to be trining the sun, trining Mercury, and trining Venus. So today is a day where you are guided to create a harmonious resolution or commitment to a very wonderful and exciting new way of looking at your future and your current relationships, guys. This is lovely energy. Sorry, I had to take care of my dog. He is being bad. Wanted to go kill. My dog has short man syndrome, and he will go after any freaking huge dog that he can possibly find. But he doesn't do it all the time, so I really don't always expect when he's doing it. I don't really understand any of it. But, okay. So, I think today has the possibility of beautiful energy as far as internally. It's a very expansive time. It's a time of growth. It's a time of a lot of positive energy. I think that there is a great deal of love, compassion, a very unique connection with somebody today. For some of you that are really trying to really get close and develop a bond with somebody in energy, I think it's going to be a lovely day of acceptance and just absolute, deeply intense connection, soulmate. You're bonding in this energy at a very substantial level for some of you that are caught in a very positive vibration. Expect the unexpected when it comes to love and romance. Unexpected clarity may be felt on a very deep level to who and what you want to make a commitment to moving forward. I also want to say that this has a great deal to do with your creative spirit. If some of you are single, then I think what this has to do is it's almost like a calling. It's almost like a compelling desire and a comfort that's received from creation. Not only creating the new sense of self, but creation on a level of you want to tangibly produce a result that gains recognition or that shows a form of self-expression in such a degree that I believe that it you deeply respond to it. Now, for some of you, I believe that there is going to be a release felt today in a dark mindset, and it may dissipate for many of you wishing to move on with your life. Some of you are going to be angelically receiving a compelling message that I think where you end a cycle. The end starts today. And the beginning of the new sense of self, it's just like your soul gets cleansed, is what I feel. It's like I no longer identify with the old sense of self, and what's coming forth in this new sense of self is just something different entirely, and I'm very enthusiastic about what is manifesting in my life. Your perception is changing, and along with that, so is your future. And the ripple effect is going to really be lovely and very optimistic in energy. Guys, this has the potential for absolutely crazy beautiful energy. Crazy beautiful. Like, I am all about potential. I hate being stagnant. I don't want to be constantly Annette Klein in this life. Like, I'm always looking for a different angle or a different way of being or a different perspective or something different to energize my life. I really want to manifest and grow. I want to blossom. I want to be something else. This energy just reminds me of the butterfly emerging from the cocoon, and it's slowly spreading its wings. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put on my YouTube this really cool video that I found about the butterfly emerging, and basically what there was this man that found a butterfly, and it was in a cocoon, and the butterfly seemed to be I'm sorry, you don't know how much I love thunder and lightning storms, and that was just extraordinary thunder. We don't get thunder and lightning, so I always get really excited when I hear it. But so this guy has this cocoon, and he looks at this helpless little butterfly struggling and struggling and struggling to get out of this cocoon. And for some of you, you are watching people with addiction and with a sense of self struggling and struggling and struggling to get out of these self-sabotaging mindsets. You want to help, right? You want to enable them. What you want to do is save them from this struggle that they're enduring. As you do this, you know, that guy takes a look at it and he's like, and he just cuts open the cocoon. He does it to help. What he doesn't understand is that when the butterfly is emerging from the cocoon, one of the beautiful just absolutely glorious things that nature does, the universe and spirit does that we don't understand, is that when he's emerging, it pushes all the water out of his system and allows him to fully emerge as a very healthy butterfly. But this guy really, he actually progressed the process too fast. And because he cut him out, he wanted him to struggle less, enabling. And then so what ended up happening was that this poor little butterfly never could fly, never could manifest its potential because it had been enabled through the process, and it had retained so much water in its body that it never got to fly. So what I'm feeling in this energy is that for some of you, we do feel compelled to help, to enable, to want to lessen the struggle for others. We're very compassionate, Neptunian in this energy, and we just want to release suffering. But what we have to understand is that people are fully emerging. They are embracing their potential in this energy. They are struggling, being pulled in many different directions, and it's not your job, nor is it healthy for them, for you to lessen the blow in this energy. So for some of you, I think that your perception is changing on that. I think many of you are enlightened. Many of you understand, especially if you've been codependent or enablers in this energy, or are a healer in any sort of a way, that the way that we get people to understand their potential is we let them go through their process on their own, and we accept them, and we accept their process, and we understand that God has a plan, or that spirit has a plan, or that the universe, or even you have the ultimate destiny and control over your life, and that you need to make these decisions for yourself, and there is not a human being on the planet that can control this journey for you. And I think the enlightening process is, as we're emerging from this cocoon right now on our own, we are identifying ourselves. We are originating ourselves in this energy. We are not complying in this energy. We're not mutable. Mutable energy is not supported. Mutable energy is squaring off in all different directions and asking you to firm up on your own. Firm yourself up, firm your beliefs up, firm your mindsets up. Absolutely make your own decisions about your life, you mutable creatures, because what we've been doing in this world is conforming and being mutable to media and mutable to different sources, and we've allowed for people to make our opinions about ourselves. Are you fracking kidding me? Like, we allow acceptance of who we are, what we look like, what our bodies look like, how we feel. We mutate that as externally, and we say, oh, if people accept us, then I accept myself. F that shit. We're no longer there. We're not there anymore. And this energy is teaching you that. Now, negative energy, and there's always some out there kind of trying to, kind of make it different and exciting. And that was a good one. Oh. Thank you, God, for this day. I needed it. I needed this. You don't know. Okay. So, some of you are being left behind and watching those that you love move on in energy. Some of us got rejected. Some of us experienced loss. Some people moved on without us. And we helped them, and we coddled them, and we did everything we could to love them and nurture them. But we loved them too much. We over-nurtured them. We didn't allow the expansive process to happen, and the universe has separated us intentionally so that we can manifest our potential separately. Doesn't ever mean you never come back. It just means that we need to go through this transformative process, and that if the universe thinks that there's a separation that's necessary, then trust and submit to that energy. Saturn in Sagittarius, which is in retrograde, and Mars, which is in Scorpio in retrograde, is going to be squaring off with Venus and squaring off with Uranus. So the pain is full of regret and remorse about the past and karmic lessons that was revealed, and you feel the change and you are resisting letting go. Please don't resist this process. Please don't cut through the cocoon. You will limit this growth cycle and you will limit your potential. And we can't let that happen, guys. You are too big, too magnificent individually on your own you are on your own journey. This isn't about somebody else's journey right now. This is Uranus and Aries in a very self-oriented aspect, asking you to originate your thinking and originate yourself and manifest your fullest potential. Two Sagittarius moons? Are you kidding me? It's about wandering off. It's about individuality. It's about perspective, your life experience. It's about experiencing life. And if there is a negative energy source that you have been separated from, there was an intent in that. It's because they limited the potential of what you needed to do. Maybe some of you are feeling afraid. Maybe some of you are feeling vulnerable. And this is actually making you feel a little bit emotionally intense and unstable. It is very confrontational energy. I think for confrontational is hell for some of you that want to gain control, Plutonian mindsets, and want to control the results in this energy, but I don't think that's the highest potential. Beware of resisting this energy, for what you resist absolutely persists. Today is the day before Mars goes direct. Dude, don't mess with this day. Mars going direct, if you are in a dark mindset, holy hell, shit's going to break loose. I'm just going to tell you, you don't want that kind of life, and you don't want that kind of karma, and you don't want that kind of energy. It is very dark and obsessive and oppressive and possessive and just very dark mindsets. What you really want is to elevate this and take a look at this and for it to intensify the desire to bring your stinger out and persevere and to move away from things that no longer serve you, and do not allow the darkness to proceed. Submission is a hard lesson in this energy. You must understand that Mars, which is in Scorpio right now, which is in retrograde, is asking you to submit. Your masculine energy needs to submit its desire to control the outcome and to alleviate the intensity. You do not have the stamina or the endurance to deal with this kind of energy right now. It is not the time. When when Mars goes direct in Scorpio, we're going to get a little bit more oomph back, but I want you to be careful what ignites in this energy. What you really want to do is when Mars goes direct, right, make sure what it's going direct in is not some intensely dark place. Make sure that what it's going direct in is power and control and submission, in the fact that you have an elevated perspective and that you are emotionally intent on a better outcome. Please do that for me, because it can be a very oppressive and dark time for some of you that are lost in the absolute darkest of all perspectives. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again tomorrow.